All right, J.A., before we wrap up this show, we have another episode of Deeper Roots with our friends at Blain's Farm and Fleet. Had you ever gone to Lake Geneva when you were a kid or even as an adult? You ever spent time down there?
I've been there twice, but most recently was last summer when my niece got married.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So you may have then heard there's something called the Mailboat, the U.S. Mailboat that goes around Lake Geneva literally every single morning, and they deliver mail and newspapers literally around the entire lake.
Now, I don't know what a newspaper is, but I do know what Lake Geneva is.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It was so fun. I didn't get the chance to do it. I don't know if you saw it online, John, but Donald Driver did it as part of the new spokesperson for Lake Geneva, and he biffed it when he got back on the boat, so I wasn't going to try it. But it was a really good time. It's a really great story. They're celebrating the 150th season of this company that does this U.S. Mailboat thing and so much more down there for Geneva Lake. Get that? It's not Lake Geneva City, Lake Geneva. Sure. Lake Geneva Lake. Anyway, you'll enjoy this one. Took a little sail on the U.S. Mailboat down in Lake Geneva. Another episode of Deeper Roots with our friends at Blain's Farm and Fleet.
People ask me if I was ever a mail jumper, and I always tell them, if at any point during the trip you see me go out that window, I suggest you put on a life jacket and come right along behind me.
So much for the captain going down with the ship. Farmers, brewers, hunters, packers, badgers, cheeseheads, neighbors. No matter what name we go by, we are bound together by our roots. These are the people, the stories, and the patriotism from inside Wisconsin. Welcome to Deeper Roots with Blain's Farm and Fleet. We are sitting in Geneva Lake, not Lake Geneva. I learned that today. That is Captain Ray Ames, Lake Geneva Cruise Lines, and most notably, the U.S. Mailboat Captain. Ray, good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you.
So the U.S. Mailboat delivers mail and newspapers all across Geneva Lake. It is difficult for me to say Geneva Lake. We all see it as Lake Geneva.
Technically, the water is Geneva Lake, and the city is Lake Geneva. But in the early days, with there being also a Geneva, Illinois, there was some confusion with the mail delivery. You go way back, even before statehood, and also before zip codes.
So how many years have you been coming home from being a captain on one of the boats here at Gage Marine?
This is my 45th season. I say season, people say it's your summer job, but my summer job goes from sometime in March to sometime in November. I started out as the steam engineer on here back in the 70s. As a kid that grew up on a farm, I knew how to kick something to make it go.
Your non-summer job was a pretty amazing career too.
Middle school band director here in Lake Geneva for 35 years.
So you've been here a really long time, but I don't think you've been here 150 years.
Right.
So this is a big deal. It's the 150th year of Gage Marine. What do you know about the history?
There's been boat tours on the lake continuously since 1873. The first thing that happened was Bill Gage Sr., father of our current owner, and his father bought the Matriarch as a project in the 1940s. This was before they ever owned the company. And then the company came up for sale, then called the Wisconsin Transportation Company. I believe 1948 was when the Gage family got the company. This company has gone through some evolution from the Wisconsin Steamboat Line or Lake Geneva Steamboat Line to the Wisconsin Transportation Company to the Gage Marine Corporation.
I thought it was interesting earlier, you said that Gage Marine and really all of its employees don't sell a single thing that someone needs.
Right. We sell the lake life, kind of in the philosophy of the company. We have to be realistic and say we don't sell anything that anybody needs. We sell stuff that people want. I hope that everybody that gets off the Mailboat tells somebody else about it and that they want to come back. And it must work because we're full almost every day.
Or what's kept you here for 45 years and counting?
It's very much a family atmosphere. It's a great place to work. The people that come here are coming here to have fun, because every once in a while I have to pinch myself and say, geez, I'm getting paid to do this.
Yeah.
People pay good money to drive a big boat, a nice boat.
You started this day at 6:30 and you finally got behind the helm. Started that process by playing God Bless America on the trumpet.
I play almost every day. So far, every day I've worked this year, I've played. I tell people sometimes I don't know what I'm going to play till I get to about the third note. And I was going to be a professional trumpet player before I decided maybe being a band director was a little more reliable way to make a living.
Secure living, health insurance.
Things like, exactly, benefit package.
We're gonna have 4 jumps in a row, back to back.
This U.S. Mailboat thing is very, very unique.
There's other places that deliver mail by boat, and some of them carry passengers, but this is really the only one I know of that does it like us, where you're doing individual deliveries around the lake as we go and getting that narration.
In the box. And now she's going for a run. She's going from 90 to 89. Look at this.
Oh my God!
She's burning a lot of calories. All the way down the shore. Wow, this is a mini run. Is she gassed? Nope, just a quick wave. You ever wonder how many miles you put on? Like, do you have a tracker?
Apple Watch.
Yeah? What is it?
5 or 6 miles.
5 or 6 miles.
It's the paying passengers that really underwrite the cost of delivering the mail, because the people that get mail on the lake, there's no charge for that. We delivered a flat screen TV one time. I had two jumpers on that day. It was a place where I was able to kind of come up perpendicular on the pier, and we opened up the door and they went out together with it onto the pier.
How many of those jumpers blame you for when they hit the water?
Not very many. I'll come clean with them if I think I caused it. I won't ever put them in on purpose. If they decide they're going in on purpose, if they need me to speed the boat up a little bit so they miss behind, I'm down with that.
Were you on the boat that day that Donald Driver biffed it?
I was.
What's the story there?
He literally made the first jump he ever saw. And we talked him through it. We showed him pictures. He would have been good to go, except he jumped off the boat, ran to the mailbox. So I said, after you make the delivery, keep running and then just jump back onto the boat. But he turned to run with the boat, and the cameraman was like right there. And so he had to make a left turn and he came right in through the door. Fortunately, he made his living knowing how to fall.
Hitting the deck.
Yeah, he was a good sport about it and he didn't get hurt at all.
Over the years, do you have a favorite story of being out on the lake?
I actually had Neil Armstrong on one of the boats one time, got to meet him. His famous quote of "one small step for man," he said what he actually said was a small step for a man, but it was a voice-activated microphone. He paused just a moment and the was taken out.
Wow.
And so the quote was changed. So it was supposed to be one small step for a man, me, a man. That's a small step for me stepping off. Giant leap for mankind.
If I was him, would you not narrate that every time you were in a group of people and you took a step? That is one small step for me. I would use that forever. How does it not become mundane, right? I mean, over 45 years of working in this company and over 20 years now on the Mailboat, right?
20 years on the Mailboat, but a lot of those years I was only 1 or 2 days a week. And the thing about it not being mundane is that every day is different. I mean, every day, different people getting different mail, different things to deliver, different jumper jumping, different conditions on the lake. Doing the mail is kind of like a 2.5-hour adrenaline rush, a little bit.
How many more years are you gonna do this?
Did I mention during the trip today about my walk around the lake, my annual?
Yeah, once a year, right?
Yep, I've decided I'll probably work 2 years past I can't walk around the lake anymore.
2 more years.
Once I can't walk around the lake anymore, I'm giving myself 2 years, probably.
I think another one of these boats has you captaining it here soon. So I'm gonna let you run. Thank you for giving us the tour, man. That was really a good time. I gotta be honest, I'm not upset at all that I didn't get the chance to jump. I know we could have been here early and tried that, but when I saw Donald Driver bite it, turns out I'm good. I'm good.
I think your cameraman would have got out of your way.
You ever seen Blue's Clues? Like, here's the mail, it never fails, it makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna yell, meow. What is it called?
Helm, I guess.
Behind the helm.
But it's a steering wheel.
It's a cool steering wheel.
Thought about putting one in my car, but I've never gotten around to doing that. And I've got 5 or 6 of those around my house that my wife dearly loves. I'm being a little sarcastic there, but
yeah, right. Keep collecting them, Ray. Keep bringing them home.
Yeah.
Jump and poles. Oh, that's nice. Just leave it. Oh man. Oh boy. Does it annoy you when there's still a paper in their box from yesterday and you had to do that run? Come get the paper. I got one job, is to deliver it. You have one job, is to read it. Delivery complete. The latest episode of Deeper Roots with our friends at Blain's Farm and Fleet. If you enjoyed this episode, we did. We hope you did too. And you'd like to experience Geneva Lake on the Mailboat for yourself, it's a great time. Go book a tour at cruiselakegeniva.com and say ahoy to Captain Ray for me. He was great. If you or someone you know has a deep-rooted story and you'd like us to share it in an upcoming episode, you got to let us know. Head to the website. Just type farmandfleet.com/deeperroots into the search bar and then fill out the form on the page. We want to hear from you ASAP. farmandfleet.com/deeperroots. As always, don't forget to like and comment below. Smash the subscribe button if you're watching here on YouTube. And if you're listening to the podcast, go ahead. 5 stars, please, in that review area. We will see you next time.
Talk to you later. Bye.